So we actually find out what more is actually going on with Grey. So we take full focus on the Avatar and seeing what they're going on throughout this entire arc. And not to mention as well, we see like Natsu definitely through like I want to say through the start of this arc, he is definitely showing a lot of progression as a character than we actually originally saw him, because he was like, you know, just the original knucklehead of the group. He's like, oh, I don't give a fuck, let me just go in guns blazing. That sort of Natsu was like the ones from a couple of years ago, even I'd say from the year time skip that actually made him really grow. I think like Igneel's death really hit him hard throughout all of that. He's like, you know, oh, you know, there's like been information going around about Avatar saying these are sort of guys that, you know, worship Zereth, and he's like, Natsu's like, Zereth's underlings, I'll take these guys on. And he's like, he's actually using his way, like his brain for once, thinking, you know, hey, you know, I'm gonna tell you about, you know, future rogue sort of like things, saying, you know, hey, me and Grey be enemies and stuff. But doesn't that contradict like what everything he was going to say? So that makes Natsu thinking, saying like, you know, because he stopped the future from happening, the thought he stopped everything that happened, he was like, you know, that should not happen by telling him not to go, but just in case, it's like, you know, how is shit going to progress? That's one thing that Natsu's really confusing about it, and he's saying, you know, remember about all those dark marks, and that's one thing that actually the manga didn't do very clear. I actually thought that was the explosion all over him back in those days. That's why I like ranted about that chapter, saying like, oh, how the fuck it, like, you know, was like Grey will take that, and not to mention that's still kind of bullshit, but then it has more of a legit reason, saying like, oh, so because he had to adapt to the Ice Devil Slayer magic so quickly, it actually started corrupting his body, and maybe this is one of the reasons why, is that to learn more about the dark arts, he had to go about people who worship the Dark Master himself, Zereth, and of course there is own personal reasons. Like, really like that, it's like Natsu's just like saying, yeah, we're gonna get him back, you know, he's still our friend no matter what. And surprisingly, we had a lot of like build-up going out throughout like the entirety of like all of like the Avatar. We got to see, you know, the progression between each of them. We got to see like the Master Priest dude, he seems to be the running the organization. We have Jerome, Breya, I believe like the other chick as well, she was like called Mary. Like, you know, we had some like interesting like characters there. And one thing I noticed, that I think his one of the characters' name was Abel, is that he actually had the little doll that one of the Grimyor Heart member, I forget what it was, I know it was the fat guy that had the ability to like change into whatever material. So that makes me wonder, all these guys have got lost magic, like they'll be kind of a little bit underdown, like, you know, I mean, they kind of are a bit of a downgrade from what we had. Like, I mean, we went dealt with like Zera's personal demons, now we're going to go for like his, you know, it's just some of his worshippers, and so they need to do something really powerful. I want to see like what they're going to be able to do, because have they going to go have lost magic? Are they just go like really expertly trained? Like, because we honestly don't know what these guys can do, and you know, what are their full powers, and it's like, from what we saw, and especially just from that little hint as well, I'm guessing that these guys are either going to be using a lot of, you know, own personal abilities, like maybe they took stuff from like the other dark guilds, like, so maybe we might see, you know, like we saw with that doll and other shit going on. And it's like just interesting to find out like what's going to progress from Fairy Tail, and especially as well with finding out with Grey, especially it is like, yo, guess what, you know, everyone, like, apparently there's a traitor amongst like all of like Avatar, and they're thinking, oh, it's going to be Grey because, you know, he's only been here for like about like half a year. I think they said that he's been doing that. Like, so I think he spent like around about another half with Julius, like trying to learn and train, and then he realized he had to go with these guys. And he's like, you know, I'll tell you straight away, this is my goal. Like, I'm here for the Book of Zereth, and that's my reason and purpose. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of you, and it's like, I will use you as fucking much as I want to, and it's like, you know, I don't care about my guild or anything. It's like, as long as I got that book, I don't give it a... So basically, I'm guessing it's like Grey is still obsessed with that book, mainly because he wants to destroy it. He's like, he don't give a fuck, and he feels like, you know, destroying it, and that's my whole reason for living, and to do that I'll use whatever means it is. So, and that's the thing, like, does he actually know if it's Natsu himself? Because I feel like if it was Natsu, like, if he found that out, then he would probably change his mind through this, but it's like, you know, I'm just training to get better so I can kill End and, you know, avenge my family and all my father. It's like, and they even saw this, it's like, you know, he's the one with, like, the whole reason to, like, take down, since his whole family got taken down by it, like, even, like, all his friends and stuff, they're getting affected by all of, like, his demons and stuff, so that's very interesting, and it's like, even when you notice that the Avatar people are saying, this guy's like first of vengeance is like colored his mind and body in darkness, and is like, that's some interesting shit that even the dark fucking people that are supposed to be evil are like, this guy's a little bit too evil for us. It's like, yeah. So that makes me wonder, like, who's like a spy for the council though? It's like, like, that would be something interesting. Like, maybe it's that Jerome guy. Like, it would be kind of interesting if it's like someone that actually becomes like a main character. Like, I'm guessing it's either Jerome, or I'm thinking it's like that big fucking knight person. Like, who knows? I'll be sure to fucking that's like Urza in disguise, which I highly fucking doubt. Like, she's doing her own training, but the chapter that ended pretty sick. That ended in a sick thing, is seeing Gajeel and Pantherlily turn out that they're actually fucking magic council members now. Whether they're doing that for like, just to get some intel, or they just wanted to get in the action again and just fight people, I don't know. But I think Pantherlily and Gajeel look pretty fucking sick. Although they haven't changed, of course, and all that. It's just like the fucking coke and everything looks fucking badass on them. And I think, Pantherlily looks pretty fucking manly as hell going in there. I want to see him fuck some people with that sword. So let's see how far they progressed in a year and like how much they've gone through. But other than that, this was a good chapter, great setup, and we're already progressing back right straight into the other. So we know who is going to go in here and get some backup. We're going to have the council and Fairy Tail going in there. So overall, really enjoyable chapter. I'm going to give this one like a 7.5 out of 10. But that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys